Okay, so this is the presentation for my pragmatism essay. So everyone wonders how to understand idealisms and thinking patterns into our lives in healthy ways. To understand these ideas, we should use pragmatic beliefs and pragmatic methods in our lives to center healthy thinking and understanding. Understanding that pragmatism to level out our ideas is the first step. Yet, second step is truly understanding what pragmatism even is. Pragmatism was introduced more heavily by philosopher William James. William James had several lectures incorporating the meaning of pragmatism to others and how to use pragmatic method. Pragmatism, according to James, is a principle to understand ideas or concepts that are constantly disputed and seeming like they have no outcome by giving an answer on it if it is applied to our lives practically. Using pragmatism to avoid endless disputes is healthy for people's mental health and for our growth as a thinking society. Needing to not ponder on ideas with no answer or biased stance from each side will not give anyone progress. Therefore, incorporating this into our lives is substantial. Imagine endless feelings of anxiousness over the dispute on if a man chases a squirrel around a tree. The anxiousness would come from not knowing if the man is circling the squirrel or if the squirrel is circling him. This is where pragmatism in our lives comes into play, making it a healthy outlet of thinking methods and actually understanding what terms within our theories actually mean within the context. We should not live day to day worried about multiple answered phenomenons or life meanings that will not show up or serve purpose in our own lives. Using logical answers to phenomena and applying an answer based on if the argument has a practical consequence in real life standpoints while applying just practicality in real life to show it is true and healthy. Philosopher James answered the anxious inducing questions with the squirrel using pragmatic method by applying it to human behavior standards in real life to realize that the answer is correct depending on what you practically mean by quote unquote going around the tree. If you mean passing from north of the squirrel, east, south, then west, then the answer to the question is yes. Being able to find an answer through human experience and examples helps to clear our understandings of the world, and that's what this method is doing. We could ponder all day about whether or not there is a heaven or not, or if trees have souls or not. Yet, if these endless back and forths don't have any resolution, it won't help. Implementing pragmatism in our lives will not only help clear out debates and theories that do not bring any relevance in our life, but it also helps with understanding what matters to us. James believed in understanding phenomena that would be proven and shown in our day-to-day lives. I agree with James that pragmatism is just so healthy in our lives because philosophy can lead in endless rabbit holes of straining to find answers, things that don't even apply in our daily lives. Then here's a video link under and then for criticizing my thesis. Well, although implementing pragmatism in our daily lives can help with limiting the stress of not knowing concepts and that do not need to be applied to our lives, pragmatism is not the best approach everything. It is not the best approach because it is used for metaphysical disputes, and that's it. Disputes that we can use scientific notation and mathematics doesn't really apply with pragmatism. Pragmatism is not healthy since it is not giving answers for things that can be found through factual methods. It only gives answers for people's thinkings and ideas through factual, practical understanding. Pragmatism can be considered not healthy in our lives because questioning things that seem to have no factual way to test is important in life. Not questioning the meaning of our reality or wanting to find more answers could leave us as individuals feeling meaningless. Of course, not applying things to our lives seems like a waste of time, but solutions to endless disputes could help with other people's lives and meanings. Therefore, using pragmatism to some people could be a danger to people's closure of ideas that circle in their head. And here's another video link on pragmatism under my criticizing the thesis. It is understood that pragmatism is used for metaphysical disputes and not for disputes that can have truth. Although using this method shows how to justify understandings of a situation or idea, but does not come to a complete right or wrong. Does this not mean that pragmatism is wrong? No. Pragmatism is still a healthy way to think about life and solving ideologies that seem unanswerable. When you find a way to bring justice to an idea by thinking of meanings of the terms, like what is peace? What really is purpose in this context? Then it brings answers that can help in someone's life instead of just seeking one truth for an infinite discussion. Understanding pragmatic method is good for our mental health. And to not go in an overthinking spree in philosophy is very important. Of course, being a skeptic, expanding our knowledge, and trying to find a definite answer is important, but continually doing these tendencies without having any tender minded tendencies will only hurt us in the long run. Therefore, using pragmatic beliefs in our lives is important and great for our mental health. And that is my presentation on my pragmatic essay. Thank you for listening.